The next 2 games. 12 seconds left. Bulls have to hurry. Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for 3. Good.
Oh, wow.
2-point game. 9.8 left. Oh, loose ball. Giddey. The steal. Wait for the lead. Yeah!
Big time plays. Make big time plays. Coby, wait. Sub-Zero. Bang, bang, bang.
What a wild sequence. And the Cardiac Bulls have done it again. Here's Reeves. Reeves straight to the cup. Lays it in to take the lead. Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddey for the win.
Go! Oh my God! I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh, no.
The Bulls are so back. They're so back, baby. I literally have never been more loud in a game winner since we saw that Rose buzzer beater in the playoffs against the Cavs a few years back, actually over a decade now. Don't get me wrong, I definitely lost it when DeMar DeRozan hit those back-to-back buzzer beaters in 2021, but there is just something more shocking and more exhilarating when it comes to a half-court game winner, but also just the manner in which the whole sequence went down in those final 12 seconds when you thought the game was all but over after Reeves hit those 2 free throws to get the Lakers up 5, and you thought, all right, valiant effort by the Bulls to even come back and make this a game when they were down by as many as 18. I believe they were down 16 going into the 4th quarter. I was fully ready to come on here and praise the Bulls' effort to even get back into the game and not giving up in the face of adversity, because let's be real, it was not a good second half for the Bulls. A lot of careless mistakes, turnovers, the defense wasn't on point like we saw in the first half or like what we've been seeing in the past few games, and the shots weren't falling. So the fact that they buttoned up, stayed focused, shored up their defense, didn't get their heads down, didn't quit on plays in the 4th quarter and worked their way back into this game, that to me in and of itself was impressive, even had they lost in those final seconds like I'm sure a lot of us thought was going to happen. But then the Bulls come in after that timeout, down 5, 12 seconds left, and you have that quick play where Patrick Williams, of all people, hits a big 3 in the corner. Like, shout out to Pat, man, for hitting that big 3 with, Pat having a pretty disappointing season overall. Hasn't really had any big plays. Knocks down a 3 calmly. Then LeBron, goat my ass, apologies for my language, but lazy pass to inbound it when you're down 2 with 9 seconds to go. Giddey picks it off, has the presence of mind to kick it out to Coby with him being open from 3 and hits the go-ahead shot. I lost my mind, screaming at the top of my lungs, probably woke up my girls. The hype and excitement quickly dies down after the Lakers execute that inbounds play to take the lead with 3.3 seconds left. No timeouts, and you think, man, they had it. They had this game. An exciting moment of scoring 6 points in 6 seconds, all but to lose it. And then Giddey comes up, launches it from half court, and something about the way he released that thing and how confident he looked after the release, you were like, this thing's going in. And then he sinks it. Crowd goes wild. People were running around. I was running around all over my living room. Like, this brought me back to those exciting days of the Derrick Rose years. I know this team is nothing even close to what they had during that time period. I know this team isn't competing for anything, but this was the most excited I've been in watching a game, a Bulls game, since those days. And I think a lot of this has to do with the way the Bulls have been playing over the past months, the vibes and the hype that we've been seeing from this team, the way they play together, all of it has heightened the excitement for this team. And let's be real, it's also because we've had some pretty frustrating seasons the last couple of years. So to a lot of us Bulls fans, it's just a refreshing change of scene to finally seeing a fun basketball team again. So yes, I'm aware that we're kind of all overreacting to a game like this, but come on now. For us Bulls fans, let us have this moment. Let us have this excitement. I mean, so many guys played well in this game, especially for those that were in there down the stretch. I mean, first, obviously, shout out to Josh Giddey. Had 7 turnovers, and some of those were turnovers where you're kind of like, I thought we were past this, man, from what we saw at the beginning of the season. But obviously, he made up for it with that epic game winner, that steal on the inbounds play to give the Bulls those 6 points in 6 seconds. So the steal and the assist after he kicked it out to Coby White. And then, of course, I mean, you look at the stat line, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 8 for 19 shooting, 4 for 9 from 3. Just keeps improving that 3-point shot, by the way. Still doesn't look good at times. That release is still very slow, but hey, he's knocking them down and shooting well over 40% since the All-Star break. And actually high 30s from deep on the season. Still getting the foul line, still being aggressive and getting the basket, but also completely turning things around defensively. Getting into passing lanes, being aggressive with his on-ball defense without committing fouls. Like, I keep thinking Josh Giddey is going to have an off game. I keep thinking, all right, he's going to have a comeback to reality type game. And he's just showing us yet again why he's the real deal. He's a great player and a changed player from what we saw last season and the beginning of this season. Now, Coby White, Coby did not have the best game through the first 3 quarters. Wasn't shooting the ball particularly well. He wasn't getting downhill and trying to get to the foul line like we're used to seeing, but he came up big down the stretch and really bringing the Bulls back into this game with all those threes to get them within single digits, and of course, hitting that insane go-ahead 3. Knocking that down in the biggest moment. Like I've said this before, my biggest hesitation about Coby White, especially after the Bulls traded Zach LaVine, was whether he was going to be able to be that guy that can take over in the biggest moments. Can he be that guy that we can consistently rely upon to come through in the clutch? And he's proven me wrong. Washed away those doubts since the All-Star break because he's really carried this team when it comes to closing out games. And if we're being honest with ourselves, he's been more of a closer thus far than Zach LaVine ever has. Yeah, Zach had that insane game against the Hornets a few years back that everyone likes to remember, but I've already seen bigger clutch moments from Coby White in his role when he's now the primary option than we've seen from Zach LaVine. Coby, 26 points in this one, didn't continue with his 30-plus point hot streak, but still keeps the streak alive for 20 points or more. 9 for 20 overall, 5 for 10 from 3, 9 assists actually for Coby. He was a big facilitator in this game next to Josh Giddey. And then, man, how about the Red Baron or Red Velvet, whatever you want to call him? Like Coby, struggled with his shot in the first half, but was another big piece that got the Bulls back into the game in the fourth with some big plays, solid defense, big threes. Another 21 points for him. He was a team high actually in this one, plus 12 in the game. Also 5 for 10 from 3, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Great game for Kevin Huerter. And hey man, Vooch, he's been more quiet on the offensive end lately, letting guys like Coby and Josh Giddey take over, but he had some nice plays. That was a nice quick pass to Patrick Williams for that corner 3 at the end of the game. 14 points in this one, 8 rebounds. But his backup, Zach Collins, was key in this game as well. 5 for 5 from the floor, 10 points, some strong presence at the rim on defense. And then, like I said, give Patrick Williams credit as well. In that closing lineup, he was in there. Would have liked to see Modest Pucelis out there, but I get it. Pat was a little more locked in defensively on Braun. But Pat, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I will say, I liked what I still saw from Modest Pucelis in this game. Like, even though he didn't shoot the ball that well, he was 3 for 10 overall from the floor, but he also had a lot of great drives and moves to the basket where it was just everything but the finish. And what I like seeing from Modest was he was much more active on the boards, skying high for rebounds, boxing out. He ended up finishing with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Man, the Bulls outscored the Lakers 44-26 in the fourth quarter. What a game. What a freaking game. The Lakers, yeah, they're not a serious team. Like, as much as people try and claim they're a championship level team, they really aren't. LeBron and Luka do not care about defense. And yes, I'm sure they'll turn it up a notch in the playoffs, but their lack of effort and missed assignments on that end of the floor is staggering, and it's going to come back to bite them in the playoffs. And you can say whatever you want, but this was a game the Lakers needed to win against a sub-500 team when they're fighting for seeding in the Western Conference, and they wet the bed in the final moments. I can't stand the Lakers, so I'll take it. But anyway, the Bulls are off until Saturday, where they will take on the Dallas Mavericks. Let's see if they can keep things rolling. Anyway, you guys let me know what you thought of the game in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.